Screens in a watering hole in your car, in your living room. We welcome you to Tar Heel Sports Network coverage of the 2005 National Championship game. The two teams are almost done warming up. The starting lineups are upcoming. So with those and then with the play-by-play call of this struggle, once again, here's the voice of the Tar Heels, Woody Durham.
Mick, the sixth meeting between the Fighting Illini and the Tar Heels. Carolina with a 3-2 series lead in a series that dates back to December 1951, the very first game in Champaign when Illinois won by 20 points. Then, of course, it was December 1986 when they met again. Carolina won by 13 in Chapel Hill. The following year, Carolina won by 9 points, 11 points, if you will, in Champaign before embarking on a European trip. But the last 2 years, and this is the third straight year these two teams have met, even though they were not on each other's schedule this year. Of course, in December of 2002, in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, Illinois whipped up on Carolina pretty good in Champaign, 92-75. And then the following year in Greensboro, just a year ago December, Carolina won 88-81 over Illinois. So the starting lineups for this game tonight. First off, for top-ranked Illinois, the Fighting Illini of 48-year-old Bruce Weber, who's in his second year with a 63-8 overall record. Up front, James Augustine, third-team All-Big Ten selection, 6'10 junior out of Mokina, Illinois. He'll be joined along the front line by Roger Powell Jr., a 6'6 senior from Joliet, Illinois. And then we get to the big three, as the Illini like to call them. Luther Head, a 6'3 senior from Chicago, Illinois, first team All Big Ten selection. D. Brown, 6' junior, Maywood, Illinois, another first team All Big Ten selection. And Darren Williams, the 6'3 junior from the Colony, Texas, he is a second team All Big Ten selection. Illinois coming in here tonight, 37-1. And if the Fighting Illini finds a way to win this game tonight, that will be the most wins of any team during a season in college basketball. Now for the second-ranked Tar Heels of North Carolina at 32-4 under 54-year-old Roy Williams in his second year with a 51-15 record in Chapel Hill. And it's a familiar lineup. It started just about every game this year. Jawad Williams, the 6'9 senior from Cleveland, Ohio, third team All-ACC choice. Up front will be Sean May, 6'9 junior, Bloomington, Indiana, a first-team All-ACC selection who celebrates his 21st birthday today and is one of the 5 finalists for the Wooden Award, which will be handed out next Saturday night by the Los Angeles Athletic Club. Also along the front line, Rashad McCants, 6'4 junior, Asheville, North Carolina, third-team All-ACC selection. In the backcourt at the big guard, Jack Emanuel, 6'5 senior, West Palm Beach, Florida, a member of the All-ACC defensive team. And the point guard, Raymond Felton, a 6'1 junior, Latta, South Carolina, first team All-ACC and the league's top guy in assists. And congratulations again to Raymond, named earlier today the winner of the Bob Cousy Award, presented by the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, to the best point guard in America. They have a selection committee that looks at them all, and this year the award goes to Raymond Felton. And tonight that Illinois is wearing bright orange, normally the Fighting Illini's road uniform, while Carolina is dressed in its home white tonight with the Carolina Blue trim. Both of these teams 15-0 at home this year. On the road, Illinois 22-1, Carolina 17-4. And as we suspected and as we knew what happened, Mick, this is a very, very pro-Illinois crowd. The majority of this building, bright orange tonight.
Especially in the upper reaches of the building. The Tar Heels have their section, and then they have another section near midcourt, and there's a lot of noise coming out of those particular areas. But anytime Illinois does something tonight, you're going to hear the roar from the arena proper here. It is a big Big Ten crowd tonight.
Officials assigned for tonight's game, our referee is Vern Harris from Denver, Colorado. The umpires, Ed Corbett from Yonkers, New York, and John Cale from Albany, New York. Illinois, number 1 in the country, 15 consecutive weeks. Carolina climbed up to number 2, 6 of the last 7 weeks of the season. Illinois becomes the 54th team in NCAA tournament history to get to this event with only 1 loss. 6 of those teams, and only 6, wound up winning the championship. The last was NC State in 1974. And of course, Illinois is the first outright Big Ten champion to reach the championship game since 1981. The team in 81, Bob Knight's Indiana Hoosiers, who beat Carolina in the finals in Philadelphia. Well, all of the players come out onto the floor. Greetings with each other. And Rashad McCants at the timeline, jumping up and down and asking for those fans who are in the powder blue tonight here in the Edwards Jones Dome to make a lot of noise. And James Augustine has stepped into the center jump circle for the guys in bright orange. Jawad Williams for those wearing white. Ball in the air, tip control by Illinois. Away to D. Brown. Jackie Manuel tried to go get it, but it was D. Brown who came up with it. He gives it off to Darren Williams. Williams moving left on the dribble against Felton. Goes high post now to Augustine. Right back to Williams on the right side. Now to D. Brown. Top of the key. Just into the top of the key. Rashad McCants is there. Bounce pass away now to Roger Powell. Powell gets it over on the wing now to Luther Head. Head brings it into the lane. Gets it to Augustine. Nearly knocked away. Augustine pushes it out now to Williams. Williams trying to drive. Pulls up foul line. Jump shot good. Illinois with a 2-0 lead. Darren Williams, second team All-America, knocking down the shot. McCants left corner to Felton. Now to Williams, top of the key, reverses it back to Felton. Felton's got D. Brown on him, comes to McCants. And it is Darren Williams on him. Pushes it away now to Manuel. Manuel looking down inside. Gets it now to May. Now to Williams. Out to McCants. Long three, no good. Williams with the rebound. Dribbles out to the left of the key. Now to Felton. Carolina resets its offense. Down low to May. May up off the glass. Good. Got free from Roger Powell. Down at the low post. 2-2 the score. First 69 seconds of play. Clock running on to the 18:45 mark. Powell on the drive, and a push has been called on Raymond Felton. It was Williams trying to drive the baseline, and Raymond Felton whistled for his first foul and the first team foul against Carolina.
Can't have Raymond in foul trouble.
Williams to inbound, baseline right, gets it up the sideline to Head. Head right back to Williams. Here's a three from the right wing, rimmed out, rebounded by Manuel. Nobody else was coming down the lane to get that ball as it spun out. Manuel coming front court right side to Felton coming to get it. Moving right. D. Brown on him. Felton now to the top of the key. Moving to the left of the key. Reverses it to McCants. McCants gets into the top of the key. Jump shot. Good. That ball went in, rattled around, started to come out, and then dropped back through the nylon. 4-2 or 5-2. They're giving McCants a three for that. Just outside the arc. 5-2 Carolina. On the drive, shot put up, no good, follow no good, tap to Felton. Here come the Tar Heels, long lead, pass to McCants, on the drive, layup is good, and it's 7-2 in favor of Carolina. The Tar Heels catching Illinois in the transition. 17:55 to play. Williams handles it left side with Felton. Tried to get a screen from Powell, goes back to him. Now Powell drives, hooks it up off the glass, no good, May with the rebound. Gets it to Felton. Felton will bring it front court on the quick drive all the way through. Up off the glass, no good. Whistle, and the foul is on Illinois. Umpire Ed Corbett coming out from underneath. Whistles it on Augustine, the big 6'10 center. His first team foul, fighting Illini. And Mick, in the first 2.5 minutes of this game, the Tar Heels have quieted all of those in the orange T-shirts.
True. A couple quick observations. Of course, we said earlier, Powell has opened 6'6", guarding Sean May. But when the ball comes to Sean May on the block, Illinois will help off the other post player. In other words, Augustine will come quickly over. We'll continue to watch that.
Felton, a 69% free throw shooter, among the top 15 in the ACC, makes his first free throw, and it's 8-2 in favor of Carolina. Substitutions already for Bruce Weber's Fighting Illini. Felton's next free throw is good, so it's a 9-2 Carolina lead. And then the game now for the Illini, Jack Ingram, a 6'10 senior from San Antonio, Texas. Here's Williams out front against Felton. Trying to get a screen set by the guy who just came in the game, Ingram, to Brown. Now whips it back to Head on the right side. Head faking Manuel, trying to drive. Splits a double team, up off the glass, no basket. There was a travel by Luther Head. Ball gets turned over, and the Illinois fans rise as one in disagreement with the call by John Cahill.
Felton's opened on Darren Williams. Jackie Manuel on Illinois' high scorer, Luther Head.
Felton backing D. Brown across the timeline left side. Goes on the wing to Marvin Williams, freshman Bremerton Washington in the lineup. And we get a hold on D. Brown. Yep. Felton had gone to the right of the key, was trying to come back out to the midcourt area, made a quick move on Brown, and Brown reached out and grabbed him for personal 1, team foul number 2.
So when Carolina has the ball, D. Brown is guarding Raymond Felton.
Ball inbounded now to Felton. Felton with D. Brown on him. They've got Ingram guarding Marvin Williams. High post pass, nearly knocked away. Manuel saved it, gets it right back to Felton. Now the bounce pass to May. May turning to face up. Now feeds it off to Manuel on the drive. Missed the layup. Ball knocked outside. Recovered by Illinois. Augustine out with it. Cross court. Head to Williams on the right side. Brown cutting out front. Gets the pass. Drops it now to Ingram. Ingram pushes it right back to Brown. D. Brown moving left side. Jump shot over the top of Marvin Williams is good for 3.
Long one.
D. Brown, number 10 in the country, 2 in the Big Ten, as a 3-point shooter. Here's the shot outside by Carolina. No basket. Marvin Williams had a hand on it, and it got knocked away over the inline out of bounds by Illinois. It'll be Carolina ball.
Tar Heels going to the boards hard. That's an advantage Carolina should have in this game.
Ball inbounded baseline left. They get it to McCants. McCants baseline. Had it taken away. Jump ball. Alternating possession error will give it right back to Carolina. Roy Williams at the far end of the floor up off the Tar Heel bench, yelling words of instructions to his offense at the far end. Roger Powell wants to get back in the lineup, but Carolina's already inbounded the ball. Manuel left wing against Head. Down low to McCants. Whistle foul. And it's called on Illinois. Vern Harris spotting the foul, and I believe that one was on Luther Head. No check it. They called it on Ingram. It's his first, 3rd team foul, Illinois. 9-5 Carolina. Ball inbounded. Marvin Williams. High post now to Sean May. Ingram's on him. May puts the ball to the floor on the right-handed dribble. Goes down low to Marvin Williams. Ball knocked away. They save it, but right to Marvin Williams. He'll come back up top to Manuel. Manuel shoots it over to Felton. Felton penetrating on the dribble. Jump shot off the glass. No good. They crash the boards. Williams out with it. Lead pass to Brown. Felton getting back. Brown with a driving layup, and Illinois is within 2. 9-7, 15:50 left to play first half. Felton out front on the right side. Shoots it over to Manuel. Manuel trying to attack. Williams cuts him off. Now the bounce pass intercepted by Powell. Off to Illinois on the turnover. Williams front court right into the top of the key. Now hits Luther Head. Outside shot. No good. Long rebound. Recovered Ingram. Off the glass. Tie score. Spinning hook shot up off the glass. Ties it at 9-all. 15:25 to play first half. Felton across the timeline. Works against D. Brown. Down the right side. Now the lob down to May. Coming from behind. Williams steals the ball.
Stepped out of bounds.
And he did. Stepped on the baseline, and the ball will go back to Carolina. But right now, we've got a timeout on the floor. Score tied 9-all, 15-13. Left to play first half in St. Louis. And this is Tar Heel basketball from Learfield Sports.
When Sean May catches the ball back to the basket, if he can catch it pretty deep, 1 foot in the lane, many times he'll put the ball on the floor. He'll try to bump the man that's on him. He'll try to sort of gather his body as he decides what he wants to do. He does have good court vision. You can't hold the ball too long against Illinois, though, because they'll have guards diving down to try to take it away from him. As we said, they'll bring help from the opposite post, which they've done once already with Augustine coming over to help Roger Powell guard Sean May, and then Ingram has taken a couple of turns trying to guard Sean May himself. The score is 9-9, pretty even game. Rebounds 5-4 Carolina, turnovers even at 1 each.
In getting here tonight, Illinois had 15 games offensively over 50% this year, shooting, but none in the last 3. Carolina had 19 games over 50% this year, including 2 of the last 5 NCAA victories over Oakland and Wisconsin. And again, the most amazing stat about these two teams, illustrating just how they share the basketball. Carolina's 63% assist on its field goals this winter. Illinois, 67% assist on its field goals. David Noel, the Durham Jr., has come in the Carolina lineup now, so the Tar Heels are coming back with Felton, McCants, Noel, Jawad, and Marvin. Ball inbounded quickly to McCants. McCants on the right side, trying to take it lane, gives it out to Noel. He simply hands it off to Felton. Left corner, it goes to Jawad Williams against Ingram. Williams faking, trying to get into the lane, out to Felton. Here's a three, and it's no good. Rebounded in the lane by Powell for Illinois. He gets it away to D. Brown. Brown quickly front court left side, bounce pass ahead, left open on the left, ball bounce high, up for the rebound. Jawad taken away by Powell, hook shot no good, tapped outside, whistle, and a foul has been called by Vern Harris, and it's against Carolina. And it's on Marvin Williams, and it will be number 1 on the ACC Rookie of the Year. Second team foul against the Tar Heels.
Jawad Williams had that rebound. Powell took it right away from him. He's muscular.
Darren Williams inbounding, baseline left for Illinois. Throws it over the top of D. Brown's head. He has to go backcourt to get it, which he can. Now Bruce Weber with the offensive call for the Illini at the far end of the floor. Weber in a bright orange jacket tonight. Powell on the right side, hands it off to the cutting Williams. Williams bounces it right back to Powell. Powell will give it off to Head. Head spots up, fires, good. Illinois has wiped out Carolina's 9-2 lead with a 12-9 lead of its own. Carolina front court. Marvin Williams on the left side. Now to Felton. Felton will push it to McCants. McCants right back to Felton on the right. Top of the key, back to Jawad. Jumper, good. Jawad Williams hits a three to tie it at 12-all. Williams coming off a 9 of 13 effort in the win over Michigan State on Saturday night. 13:55 to play in the half. Williams with a bounce pass to Head on the left side. Noel looking right into his midsection, gives it up to Powell, top of the key. Looked off, Williams comes back to Head on the left side. Head will drive, Carolina tries to close in, pitches out to D. Brown, misses the shot. Noel with a rebound, looks for the outlet, now to Felton on the left side. Felton gets it across the timeline, started to drive, now backs up against Williams. Williams did a great job on Saturday night cutting off Francisco Garcia. Jump shot by McCants is no good. Loose ball in the lane, intercepted McCants, shot good. Illinois had it. Powell falling down, was trying to save the ball to Williams. McCants intercepts, gets his third basket of the game, 14-12 Carolina.
Clever play.
Williams bounces to the cutting Williams, moving right of the key. Williams comes back to the top, backs up near the center jump circle. Now on the left side it goes to Brown. Brown with the overhead pass to Williams on the right wing in front of Tar Heel bench. Now he'll curl out, drive, shoots a 12-footer, no good, and a foul on Raymond Felton is his second.
Just thinking earlier when it looked like Darren Williams was thinking about driving Raymond Felton that I was glad he didn't do it earlier in the game. He passed it up, and there he goes to the hole and a touch foul, but Raymond gets called.
12:57 to play first half as Felton gets his second personal foul. He'll have to go out. Melvin Scott will have to come get him as Darren Williams goes to the line for Illinois. Free throw, no good. Williams is a 69% free throw shooter, 19th leading scorer in the Big Ten, 12th in the country at 12.4.
Their team's a lot like Carolina's. They have such balanced scoring that they take some headlines away from one another.
Next free throw is no good, rebounded by Jawad. So two missed free throws by Darren Williams. Long lead pass to May, and they catch Illinois in the transition. May on the slam dunk for his second field goal. 16-12 Carolina. Illinois down to Augustine. Jump hook, no good. May with a rebound. Out to Felton. Here comes Felton front court. Right to the top of the key. Jump shot, no good. Long rebound into the Illinois bench. It will belong to Illinois. And with that, it's going to be Quentin Thomas coming in to get Raymond Felton. Melvin Scott had come in moments ago, but he replaced Rashad McCants. 16-12, 12:29 to play. Mick, let's see how much time the Tar Heels might be able to borrow with Quentin Thomas. Head, Thomas on him, down low to Augustine. Augustine spinning, baseline, out to Powell, now off to Head. Jumper from the left of the lane, no good. Ball put up, good, off the glass by Roger Powell. He broke loose for 20 on Saturday night against Louisville. 16-14. Jawad Williams turning, shooting, and it won't go. Rebound in the lane by Williams. Good box out of Sean May by Powell to allow Williams to get that rebound uncontested. Illinois the other way. Head on the drive, up off the glass, no good. Quentin Thomas with a rebound. Thomas coming out of there, lost the ball on the dribble, and it was Head taking it off Sean May's back to reclaim it for Illinois. Now out to Williams, to the trailing Augustine, in between the circles. Augustine one dribble, pushes it away, got it to Head. Head bounces it out to Powell. He shoots the three, good! And Illinois retakes the lead, 17-16. Roger Powell with 5 points on a 12.1 average. Down low to May. May up for the shot with a hook off the glass. Powell knocked down. Illinois fans thought there should have been a foul. We got a whistle at the other end. Let's see, will they count the basket? No basket. Foul is on Quentin Thomas. Foul on the rookie out of Oakland, California is his fourth team foul against the Tar Heels. And when we return, Illinois will be at the line. But right now, timeout on the floor. Carolina's holding a 1-point lead at 18-17.
It just changes everything. Raymond Felton picking up his second foul less than halfway through the first half, and so he's got to go to the bench. You can't afford to have him get number 3 this early in the national championship game. So Melvin Scott, Quentin Thomas, Manuel, McCants, the other Tar Heel ball handlers have to somehow figure out a way against this very slick and talented Illinois backcourt to advance the ball smoothly and safely up the court and to get it into the hands of the Carolina scorers.
Knowing how indispensable he is to this team, Raymond's going to have to play a little smarter than that last foul, Mick, which was his second. 18-17, and over the last 4 minutes, Carolina with a 1-point lead. The Tar Heels have gone 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from outside the arc. Meanwhile, Illinois putting up a lot of shots. 3 of 9 over the last 4 minutes, 2 of 5 from outside the arc. Illinois inbounding the basketball. Ball knocked away from Noel, and Noel thought he had slapped it out of bounds off of Warren Carter, the 6'9 sophomore from Dallas, Texas, who's in the lineup now for Illinois. Williams is still there, Powell is still there, Augustine's still there, and so is D. Brown, along with Roger Powell. Now D. Brown in the midcourt area. D. Brown sliding away to the left side. The bounce pass to Williams, cutting through, now to Augustine. Squares up on May, now pushes it back to D. Brown. McCants got him, swiping at the ball, just left of the circle. Here's D. Brown, now gives it off to Augustine on the drive. Offensive foul, James Augustine.
Good job, Melvin Scott. He's trying to guard Darren Williams, a very tough guard for Melvin Scott. He left Williams at exactly the right time and established a legal guarding position.
Mick, second on Augustine, and so now Jack Ingram has got to come get the starting big guy for the Illini.
Right, not as good as Raymond Felton's second foul for Illinois, but close.
Here's Melvin Scott against D. Brown. Scott going by Jawad, moving to the left side, coming out of center jump circle, gets it to Manuel. Manuel against Carter. Now dropped it to May, gets it right back, puts up the shot, no good. Illinois out with it now on the rebound. Darren Williams, top of the key, long shot, no good. Scott with a rebound. Scott pushes it quickly, front court, right side. Looking inside, goes to McCants. They want to get it to May. May's got Ingram behind him. McCants nearly lost it. Ball did get away. Then it went out of bounds off of Powell. It'll still be Carolina ball.
Cannot be lackadaisical with the ball at all against this outfit.
Well, you can't. You're right. You can't be lackadaisical, especially when you're trying to dribble it with 2 defenders hanging all over you. Inbounded to Scott. Scott midcourt area. Brown on him. Here's Scott moving left side. Gives it up to Manuel. They're looking for McCants down low. They go to Scott. Pitch it right side to Williams. Now down to May. And a reach over the top from Ingram. John Cale with a call, and a good one, even though the Illinois fans disagree. And the foul on Ingram is his second. And so that's 4 fouls already on 2 Illinois big guys.
Meanwhile, Felton comes back for the Tar Heels with instructions, I'm sure, to be smart, use your experience, and don't get your third.
Felton off the end line, got it into Marvin for the slam dunk. Marvin Williams makes it 20-17 at the midpoint of the first half on his first field goal of the night. Williams handling it for Illinois on the left side. Williams comes out to the top of the key. Carolina showing point zone now. Here's the turnaround jumper by Kraft, no good. Rebounded by Manuel. Here's Manuel pushing it up the floor against Carter. Felton comes to get it, hands it off to him. D. Brown is on Felton. Felton on the right side will give it now to May. May has Ingram on him, backing, turning, shooting, and it will not go. Box out down underneath by Paul to let Williams get the rebound. And Bruce Weber yelling out offensive instructions before Williams can get it across the timeline. Boy, Williams seated on the Carolina bench, telling his team what he wants it to do defensively out of what looks like the point zone.
Yep.
Now it goes right side, back out to Williams. Top of the key now to D. Brown. He'll give it right back to Williams. Reverses it to him right side. Now Williams trying to drive on McCants. Here's D. Brown faking, trying to get away from Manuel. Manuel wouldn't let him get the shot off. Bounce pass out to Williams. Williams will push it to Carter. His shot from the side, no good. Ball recovered by Ingram, no good. Slapped outside. McCants tries to save it and called a timeout as he caught the ball in the air.
Not bad. Carolina will trade that timeout for possession of the ball.
Roy Williams has got a big grin on his face as his team comes to him. McCants in the air, coming down right in front of the Carolina Brain Trust, yelled and got the timeout.
He can jump so high, he probably jumped up and said, "Do you want me to call a timeout?" And Coach Williams said, "Yeah," so he did, all while still in the air.
And we've got a full timeout. 8:55 to play first half in St. Louis. Carolina leads Illinois 20-17. This is Tar Heel basketball from Learfield Sports.
It's Carolina 20, Illinois 17. We told you this was going to be an interesting tactical game, we thought, as well as a test of physical skill. And it has become that. Raymond Felton picks up his second. He leaves for a short while. When he comes back, the Tar Heels go zone. Against this Illinois three-guard offense, with Illinois able to just snap the ball around the perimeter with tremendous rhythm and speed, you think maybe they would like attacking the zone. And you also know where Raymond Felton is in that zone, so if you want to drive him there, you could. The difference is for the Tar Heels that there's defensive help in the zone. You got three backline players facing the penetration that can rotate up and try to help Raymond Felton.
And to correct the stat sheet, it has just come to us showing Jack Ingram with only one foul. We thought he had been called for two. We had charted him for two, but one of those fouls should have belonged to Darren Williams. So we've got that corrected. If you're scoring along with us, do likewise. Manuel working to the right side now for the Tar Heels. Nearly lost the ball, recovered it, in a little bit of trouble. Jump pass, weak side Felton. Here's a three, good! Raymond Felton with a weak side three from right in front of the Fighting Illini bench. 23-17, Carolina up by 6. Head on the left side for the orange-clad Fighting Illini. Now to D. Brown on the right, well out. He'll get it to Darren Williams. Williams yelling out an offensive set. Reverses it right back to Brown coming off the right wing. Now to Williams down in the corner to Head right side. Shoots a pass back up to Williams, top of the key. Now to Brown, right back to Williams. Now it goes to Head. His outside three, no good. Rebounded inside. We got a whistle and a foul called on Carolina, and I believe Ed Corbett has whistled it on Jack Emanuel.
Well, Illinois is missing shots, cooperating with the Tar Heels. Illinois just 3 of 11 now from 3, but they're getting some offensive rebounds.
The foul on Manuel, Mick, is his first, and it will be the 5th team foul against Carolina. Ingram is going out, and in for Illinois, Nick Smith, the 7'2" senior from Valrico, Florida. Ball knocked away, but recovered by Williams right into the top of the key. Head back to Williams. Over right side, it goes to Brown. Down low. Now to Smith. Back to Powell. Outside shot, no good. Ball knocked away by Manuel out of bounds. Still belongs to Illinois. And with that, an official break in the action. 7:49 left on the first half clock here in St. Louis. Carolina 23, Illinois 17. D. Brown, Williams. Now to Luther Head, jump shot, left corner, good for 3. Luther Head with his second 3 of the game for Illinois, 23-20. McCants brings it left side, drops it to Felton, comes to May now, top of the key, off to Manuel. Manuel right back to May. May moving in now on Smith, spins baseline, goes in underneath and scores.
Wow.
He just took him right to the baseline, rolled to the baseline, and went right around him and scored his 8th point. 25-20 Carolina. Head to Powell, left side, they move it to Brown. Brown holds it high over his head, gives it to Head coming into the corner. Back it goes to Brown, now over on the right side to Williams, high post to Smith. Tried to get it to Powell, nearly lost it, did. May out with it, got it to McCants left side. McCants down against Williams on the left wing in front of the Illini bench. He'll underhand it to Felton. Now it goes inside to May, ball knocked away, went out of bounds off of May. Not a very good pass by the Tar Heels inside.
Yeah, May wasn't ready to receive that pass. He was up on 1 foot, didn't have any ability really to come meet that pass.
6:45 left to play first half, 25-20 Carolina. Darren Williams across the timeline, shoots it to Head on the left side. Head will give it to Brown on the wing. Now high post, it goes to Ingram. Now out to Williams. He misses his shot, and Jawad's got the rebound. He waits for Felton to clear, gives it to him, brings it front court on the left side. Felton will back up now against D. Brown, shoots it to Manuel, nearly lost it, pushes it right back to Felton. Felton midcourt area, backing Brown in, off to the cutting McCants, jump shot, good, no basket, foul on the play, and it was a hooking foul called on Illinois. I believe it's going to be on Luther Head. Nope, check it. It is called on Darren Williams, and that's his second Mick, fifth team foul.
I'll make a point here in a moment.
Ball inbounded, Felton got it to Manuel, now to McCants. Williams trying to set a screen for him at the top of the key. He whipped it right back, stolen by D. Brown. McCants trying to get back. Off it goes to Luther Head. Jump shot, no good. Jawad Williams down with a rebound. Looks for the outlet, gets it to Felton. Felton streaking front court. Now off to McCants. Long three-pointer, no good. And D. Brown had a hand on it, and the foul has been called on Manuel. Jackie Manuel charged with his second. Sixth team foul against the Tar Heel.
Luther Head, the best perimeter defender on Illinois, has logged some time in this game guarding Manuel. You would not think they would want to burn Head's defense on Manuel, but one reason for it is so that Head can freelance a little bit, leave Manuel when Manuel's on the wing and on the perimeter, and freelance inside.
Mick Tar Heels have not been smart with a couple of reach-in fouls.
Yep.
Illinois with the ball, down 25-25, 45 to play in the half. Luther Head, top of the key. We'll give it up to Ingram on the left side. Marvin on him. Out front to D. Brown. D. Brown against McCants. Backs up a step or two. Now starts to move left side. Reverses the ball now to Ingram. Jump shot, top of the key. Good for three. Jack Ingram, 9 of 21 on the year. He pulls Illinois within 2. Here's Scott. Down low to Marvin. Marvin spinning away. Shots up and good against Jack Ingram. Marvin Williams with his second field goal, 27-23. Now Ingram hands it off to D. Brown out in the midcourt area. Shoots it to Luther Head. Trying to drive baseline. Goes underneath. Lost the ball out of bounds. Went out off Melvin Scott. It will belong to Illinois. Raymond Felton is coming back along with Sean May for Carolina. And Rashad McCants is going out. Marvin Williams is also out of the Tar Heel lineup. Augustine, with 2 personal fouls, comes back for Illinois at the 5:04 mark. Roger Powell is going out.
Illinois going a little taller inside.
Williams will inbound, baseline right for the Fighting Illini. Pushes it out up the right sideline to Brown. Brown looks for everybody cutting off the ball. Now gets it to Head. Head with a bounce pass back to Kraft. Whistle, foul on Manuel, and that's his third.
With Noel already at the table, waiting to come in for him.
Jackie Manuel fouled out without scoring Saturday night against Michigan State. And he's gone to the bench now with 3 fouls at the 4:58 mark of the first half. We got trouble. We got trouble right here in River City.
And this is a river city. We're on the westernmost bank of the Mississippi here in St. Louis. And
starts with F and ends with L. Ingram at the line for Illinois. Free throw. Good. 27-24. Ingram 21 of 27 on the year. As a 6'10 guy from San Antonio, the Tulsa transfer, doesn't get a lot of opportunities despite playing down low most of the time.
They call him the professor. He's an electrical engineering major.
Next free throw is good, so it's 27-25. Carolina's lead cut to 2. Here's Felton getting by Brown on the drive. Tried to drop it back to May. Ball outside, saved by Noel. Now to Felton, right corner. Jump shot, good for 3. Raymond Felton coming back to stick it right to Illinois with his second three-pointer. 30-25. Augustine pulls up well out, top of the key. Now gets it to Brown on the left side. He goes by the Ingram screen, now comes back to the left, takes the jump shot, ball bounce high, no good. May with yet another rebound. Hands it off to Felton with 4:25 to play. Felton going front court against Brown. We'll give it up to May. Now he hands it off to Felton. Felton running into trouble. Got the ball back, dribbled around Brown, goes left side, off to Jawad in the corner. Melvin Scott for 3. No good, bounded away. Sean May had a hand on it, and it went out of bounds off of Augustine of Illinois. McCants is coming back for Carolina. Scott will go out. 30-25 the score. Powell is back for Illinois. And it'll be Ingram sitting down. Marvin is coming back for Carolina. And Sean May will go to the bench.
I'm surprised the Illini guards haven't tried to penetrate more. They're doing Carolina a favor by not trying to get into the middle off the dribble.
Ball to be inbounded by Felton. Baseline left. Got it to Noel. Out front to Jawad. Jawad faked a pass down inside. Now gives it up to Felton. D. Brown is there. Felton will push it right back to Jawad. Open top of the key. Got it. Another three. Jawad Williams, second of the game. 33-25 Carolina. 3:55 to play first half. Williams away to Head. Head moving left side. Drives. Feeds baseline. Williams, Brown, Ingram left side. Now in the corner to Head. Marvin is there. Head tries to get around him. Drives. Reverse layup. No good. Fell out. Powell with a rebound. Lost it. Recovered. They battle for it. Head lost it again. Loose ball. Scooped up Felton. Here come the Tar Heels on the run. Felton down on the right side. Takes it in the lane. Feeds McCants. McCants on the drive. Pull up shot. No good. Marvin had a hand on the rebound and went out of bounds off Illinois.
Woo. Timeout.
Timeout on the floor. 3:22 to play first half. Carolina has opened up an 8-point lead at 33-25. This is Tar Heel basketball from St. Louis, from Learfield Sports.
It continues to be a fascinating national championship game, and I think one of the things that's happening in this game is that the Tar Heels appear to have allowed themselves to forget about what's at stake and just play ball and get into the rhythm and flow. Illinois seems a little tighter still, not shooting that well. 9 of 31, 5 of 17 from 3. Will Bruce Weber be happy with 17 of Illinois' first 31 shots being from 3? I doubt it. Carolina, meanwhile, shooting 13 of 25, 52%, 5 of 9 from three-point range. Tar Heels lead by 8 as we pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Tar Heel Sports Network.
For Illinois, the 25th NCAA appearance with a 37-25 record. A 5th Final Four, but the first time ever for Illinois in the championship game. Carolina's in the NCAA tournament for a 37th time, 87-36 overall, a 16th Final Four, and this is the 8th championship game with Carolina trying to win its 4th title. Inbounded to McCants, and he scores to make it 35-25. Carolina leading by 10, McCants has 9. Just over 3 minutes to play first half. Williams to Brown, left side. Cross court to Head. Carolina showing zone. Down the sideline to Williams. Williams 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. Up the sideline, Brown now to Head. Head looking high post to Powell. Now throws a pass intended for Head. Got away, or Williams got away out of bounds from Head. Carolina ball on the turnover. And that turnover for Illinois is number 6. And Carolina so far, Mick, has only 2 points, now 4 points off those turnovers, and we got a timeout taken here.
This is not the Illinois team that scares you to death and won 37 games this year. They're a bit shaken. They just turned the ball over on a guard-to-guard pass, and that's unlike them.
And you know what? It's been a long time, but there is some familiarity on that Illinois bench with Roy Williams and his coaching style. And the reason I say that it's been a long time, is because the assistant coach at Illinois, one of them is Jay Price, who when Roy Williams went to Kansas, he was a manager who had worked for Larry Brown. He also worked for Roy Williams. And then he spent 10 years with Gene Cady at Purdue, and now he is working for Bruce Weber in his second year at Illinois.
That familiarity hadn't done him any good, though, on 2 out-of-bounds plays underneath Carolina's goal where they've scored easily on sets.
Raymond Felton getting by D. Brown, drives lane, feeds outside to Noel. Now back to Felton, circling out front. Felton to McCants, tried to put a pass inside, intercepted by Ingram back in the lineup. He tried to drop it off to May. Now it goes to D. Brown, midcourt area. 2:35 to play in the half. Brown looking for some help. Finally got it away to Head. Head takes it right wing. Now pushes it to Williams on the left side, down to D. Brown. D. Brown bounces it right back to Ingram. Ingram gives it off to Darren Williams. Goes to Luther Head. Noel's on him on the right side. Now Head moves up right of the circle. Gets it away now to Powell. Powell tries to get in the top of the key, does, off to Ingram. Here's his shot from the left corner, no good. Long rebound, taken down by Head for Illinois. McCants was there, but Head came up with it. Head works left side now against Noel. Down low, Darren Williams, they lost him. Darren Williams with only his second bucket of the game, 35-27. Carolina. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. Felton across the timeline. Right side, now to Marvin. Marvin holds it against Ingram. Now a couple of dribbles, then gives it up to Noel. Out front, midcourt area to Felton. Felton going by the screen, set by May. Tried to drop it back, ball knocked away. May managed to get to it and travel.
Oh, it looked like he got bumped, though. He did travel, but I thought it was because he got bumped pretty solidly by D. Brown.
Roy Williams is trying to tell John Cale that very fact. But Mr. Cale isn't listening. Or if he's listening, he's not agreeing. 35-27, 1:37 to play in the half. Tubby Smith of Kentucky joins Mick Mixon at halftime. Ingram, top of the key. Now to Powell. Marvin's there. Now to Darren Williams. Jump shot, no good. They crash the boards, and May's got the rebound. May clears it away to Scott. Scott front court on the left side. To McCants, baseline, short jumper. Good. That ball caught the right side of the rim. He shot it off the left baseline. Fell through. McCants has got 11. 37-27. Carolina by 10. 1:05 to play. First half. Down in the right corner to Head. Head against Rashawn Terry, who's in the Winston-Salem Jr. Now it goes to Ingram. To Darren Williams. To D. Brown. Jumper no good. Trying to follow up Ingram. Stolen away Carolina. Here's May bringing the ball front court. Away to Rashad McCants. Jump shot good for three. 40-27, Carolina over Illinois. On McCants' second three, he's got 14, and this Illinois crowd is stunned. And the Tar Heel fans are loving it. D. Brown, center jump circle, now to Williams. Illinois has been behind only once at the half this year. That was the loss at Ohio State. Or check it, they've been behind twice at Purdue and at Michigan. They were behind at Ohio State for their or ahead at Ohio State for their only loss while being ahead. Whistle, shot clock violation, 3.9 seconds left. Nick, the Carolina defense has befuddled the Fighting Illini.
It really has. Carolina slid well in that zone. All five players moving when the ball moves. It's not the defense Carolina wants to be in, but why not keep playing it so long as you can protect Felton and force Illinois to miss some shots.
3.9 seconds remaining. Rashawn Terry, the Winston-Salem Jr., in briefly, has come out. Carolina has got Felton, Scott, Jawad, Rashad, and May on the floor.
Plenty of time here, Woody, for Carolina. 3.9 with the ball being inbounded at the hash mark right in front of Carolina's bench. Tar Heels can get a good look at something.
Nick, they're checking the monitor, I think, to see the exact amount of time left when the
there should be about 5 seconds.
When the shot clock sounded.
There's a 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clocks. They should put this to about 4.7.
So we've got Ed Corbett, the umpire, conferring with Vern Harris, the referee. John Cale is at the baseline other end. He's coming over to join the conversation now. I think they're going to put 4.7 on the clock. Roy Williams acknowledges that, so they'll have almost a second more.
And then they'll change the spot of the throw in. They'll make Jawad Williams come down to the baseline.
Nobody guarding Jawad Williams. Gets it into Felton. Here goes Felton streaking front court. Down to Rashad. Takes the long outside shot. Oh, and it hit the right side of the rim. It didn't go just as the horn sounds ending the first half. So for a third time this year, Illinois is behind at the half. Carolina went ahead at the half, is 25-0. 40-27 on our Blue Point scoreboard here at the break. Second half play underway at the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. Illinois with the ball on the curl into the lane. Williams feeds back to Head. Head off on the baseline to Augustine. Jumper misses, rebounded by Manuel. Jackie back in the lineup with those 3 fouls that kept him on the bench a good bit of the first half. Lob down inside to May. Up off the glass, he scored. He got in behind Roger Powell, and then Head doubled down trying to help out, and he couldn't stop his 5th field goal of the night. 42-27. Carolina leading by 15 over Illinois. Luther Head to the right side. Jump shot. Good. Luther Head for 2. That's his 3rd field goal of the night, and the first 2-pointer he's tossed in. 42-29. 19 minutes left to play here in St. Louis. Carolina with the ball. Felton trying to penetrate. D. Brown staying in front of him. Gives it to McCants. Right side. McCants against Williams. Gets him off of him. Now into the lane. McCants, and there's a foul called on Illinois. Vern Harris, the referee, spotting the foul, and it's on James Augustine. And that will be his third and the first team foul of the second half. Felton will inbound baseline left. Got it to Manuel. Manuel will dribble back out front against Williams. Curls into the lane, drives through. Tried to put up the shot, and the block is called on Illinois. Ed Corbett, the umpire, with another foul on Augustine, and that's his fourth.
Yikes. Boy, they just didn't have a chance to really sub in for him, and then Jackie Manuel saw an opening, came curling around.
Mick, Bruce Weber didn't even have anybody at the table.
I think he's got a good gripe, though. Augustine was, I mean, there may have been a foul on Jackie coming into the lane, but I don't think Augustine committed it.
Manuel at the free throw line. Free throw is no good. Manuel is a 61% free throw shooter. He'll have another shot coming. 5.7 average for the young man who was 22 years old 6 days ago. Sean May, of course, 21 today. Next free throw. That one is no good, and it's run down by McCants. Down low to May. May powers in off the glass and scores. Roger Powell knocked down. Illinois unable to stop Sean May. Jack Ingram's back in the lineup now for Illinois, replacing Augustine. Here's D. Brown coming off the curl, buries the three. D. Brown's third field goal of the night, his second three. 44-32, Carolina by 12. Sean May, high post, lost the ball, knocked away, loose. They try to run it down, and it went out off Illinois, says Ed Corbett.
That was odd. I'm not sure Sean May knew the ball was right in front of him. I think he thought Illinois had already gained possession, and the ball sort of bounced off his chest and remained loose.
Bruce Weber, as you might expect when your team's down 12, is not exactly pleased with the officiating. Matter of fact, he's 2 steps out on the court now, yelling out defensive instructions to the orange-clad Illini at the other end of the floor. Manuel moving to the right side now against Williams. Keeps his dribble alive. Comes weak side to Felton out of the left corner. Good for 3. Second time Manuel has found Felton weak side, and he knocks down another 3. 11 now for Felton. 47-32. Carolina by 15, the Heel's biggest lead of the night. Up top now comes Ingram. Midcourt area. Bounce pass to Williams in the corner. Williams trying to get by Felton. Drives into the lane. Feeds to D. Brown. Now comes weak side to Head. Shooting over the top with Sean May. Good. Luther Head, the only way back for the Fighting Illini. A barrage of threes. 47-35, but that's what Illinois does best. Here's Jawad Williams against Roger Powell. Trying to get the jump shot off. Doesn't go. Ball knocked around. Recovered by May. He gets a slam dunk against Ingram with a right hand. 49-35. Carolina by 14. 17-10 left to play. Ingram in the left corner from Brown. Right back to Brown it goes. Now Brown puts it to the floor. Dribbles top of the key. Reverses the ball to Williams in the corner to Ingram. Weak side pass away to Head. Head, bounce pass out to Williams. Williams trying to get free. Jumper, good. 49-37 on Darren Williams' third field goal of the night. Here at the other end, Felton, or McCants rather, off the glass, but the foul, I think, came before the shot. Carolina substituting Noel and Marvin. And the Illinois foul was called on Luther Head, and it's his first and the third team foul against the Illini here in the second half. Ball inbounded Jawad Williams, jump shot short. Rebounded by Luther Head. Here comes the Fighting Illini. Head down on the right side against McCants. Drives underneath, reverse layup is good. Went right by McCants and Marvin. Luther Head with 7 in the second half. Here's Felton, pull-up jump shot. Too strong, rebounded Illinois. Darren Williams front court. Williams on the drive. Whips it weak side. Here's Head open for 3. Got it. The Illinois comeback is on the way. Luther Head with 10 in the second half. 16 for the game. 49-42. Carolina's lead has been chopped to 7. Jawad Williams, top of the key. Gets it to Felton, left side. He'll push it to McCants. Faking, McCants into the lane. Ball knocked away. Right to Felton. Now to Marvin. Marvin drives. Pull-up jump shot. No good. Noel with the rebound. Got it out front to Felton. Noel got hit in the face. He goes down on one knee right at the bottom of the foul circle. Vern Harris, the referee out of Denver, Colorado, has moved over to check on him. And they're going to make a substitution. And right now we've got a timeout, an official timeout taken here at the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. 15:46 to play. Carolina leads 49-42 over Illinois, and this is Tar Heel basketball from Learfield Sports.
Illinois from three-point range, trying to defend that or endure it. It's almost like playing roulette. I mean, sometimes you're hot and sometimes you're not. Illinois was not hitting in the first half, but boy, are they hitting in the second half. They're 6 of 7 shooting, 3 of 3 from 3. They've trimmed a Carolina 15-point lead down to 7. The score is 49-42. This is a 10-2 Illinois run.
Well, Mick, as we've said so often through the years, when a good team gets behind against Carolina, you know that that team's going to mount a comeback. And it was just a question of when Illinois' comeback was going to start. Now it's a question of how long is it going to last. 15:46 left on the game clock. And anytime you're hungry is a great time to have a Beefmaster. When you shop, ask your local grocer for Beefmaster and the new Porkmaster Bratwurst. They are the Steak Eaters, Frank. Carolina ball, Manuel inbound from the left wing. Gets it into Felton. Biggest lead's been 15, just about 2 minutes, 15 seconds ago. It's now 7. Marvin on the right wing gives it to Felton. May slipping down in the lane. Felton gets it to Marvin. Outside shot. No good. Came out. Tapped. Kept alive Illinois. Head tapped it. Got it to Brown. Now it's to Williams. Illinois can cut even deeper into Carolina's lead. Williams well out on the left side. Trying to get a screen at the top of the key from Powell. Instead goes to Ingram down the sideline. Now back to Brown. Brown in the corner to Williams. Launches a three. Good. 49-45. Carolina's lead is only 4. 15:05 to play. Felton low to May. Back to Marvin. Marvin gets into the lane. Spins around. Rolls it over the front of the rim. Marvin Williams with his third field goal of the game. 51-45. Ball lost. Scooped up by Williams for Illinois. Lobbed it back out to Brown. Now it comes to Head. Head bounces out to Ingram. Ingram gives it back to Brown. Trying to drive by Manuel. Whistle and the 4th personal foul on Jackie Manuel. Head backed off of him one time and then went right at him again. And that's when Manuel put a hand on him. That's the first team foul of the second half. Manuel comes out at the 14:39 mark.
When Illinois gets hot, it doesn't seem to matter whether you're guarding them in their face or not.
Williams inbounding the ball now to Warren Carter, who's back in for a second time tonight. Now to D. Brown, top of the key. McCants is on him defensively. Brown shoots a pass over to Luther Head. Noel's got the job on him. Here's Head for 3. Long rebound, deflected, recovered by Carter. Illinois, here's Williams to Luther Head. Carolina's defense tries to find him quickly and does. Now to Brown, midcourt area between the circles. Brown moving left, comes back to the right, trying to penetrate. Here's Head shooting over the Powell screen, good. 51-48, the lead is only 3. Luther Head with his 5th three-pointer of the night. Carolina. Marvin gives it up to Felton. Now it comes back to Noel. Noel trying to penetrate, drives, blocked, out of bounds, foul, Illinois. John Cale gets the foul on Warren Carter, the Dallas, Texas sophomore. His first 4th team foul against the Illini. And David Noel will be at the line.
Good solid possession. Noel saw an opening left side, took it to the rack.
You remember that Illinois needed only 4 minutes to recover from a 15-point deficit and pull out the Arizona game on the way to the Final Four. Noel with the free throw. 52-48. David's first point of the night. Another shot coming for the former Southern Durham standout.
No lead is safe against Illinois when they got those 3 guards out there.
Next free throw is no good. May tried to stick it back. And there is a foul on Noel. Or no, on Sean May. Or was it a lane violation?
I think they're saying he pushed off trying to get that missed free throw.
Yeah, he did. It's been charted first personal foul against May. 52-48, Carolina's lead is 4. Seems like it was 15 just seconds ago. Head, left side for Illinois. Now the lob, weak side to Brown. Back it goes to Head on the left. Well out, lobs it back to Brown. Brown with a lob down inside, knocked away out of bounds by Noel. It'll be Illinois basketball, baseline left. Illinois 37-1 on an 8-game winning streak coming into the championship game. Carolina 32-4 on a 5-game win streak coming into the championship game. Illinois with the ball. Brown gives it up to Williams. He comes out into the center jump circle to set up. Now starts his drive, left side, gives it back to Brown. Brown, long outside shot, caught by May. Taken right out of the air, shovels it away to Noel on the left side. Noel will give it back to Felton. Felton against Williams, looking inside. Now whips it over to McCants. McCants has D. Brown on him. Fakes, now strikes into the lane. Pull-up shot, no good. Ball knocked outside, recovered by Brown. Now Illinois goes the other way at the 12:50 mark. Alley-oop, missed. Powell follows up good. 52-50. Roger Powell on his third field goal. McCants down low to May. May turning, shooting, scoring, and getting fouled. Carolina came down the floor, took little time to get that ball inside to May, and he gets fouled by Roger Powell. His first, the 5th team foul. Jawad is back for Carolina. Marvin will sit down. Ingram is coming back for Illinois, and Carter will go out.
Well, one thing this game has shown is that Illinois may or may not make their threes, but Carolina will almost always have a productive possession if Sean May can catch it down low.
Sean May trying to convert the three-point play. Free throw good. He's got 17 on the night to go along with his 8 rebounds. 55-50 Carolina. Williams against the zone over on the left side to Brown. Back it comes to Williams. Whips it quickly back to Brown. Down in the corner it goes to Head. Double team is there. Head trying to drive, gets it back to Brown. Brown to Williams. Williams into the top of the key. Now whips it away to Head. His jump shot, no good. Long rebound, taken down by Noel. Outlet, bounce to Felton. Felton on the angle dribble to the left side. In the corner, McCants. Now to Jawad. Comes to Felton, left side. Out front it goes to Noel. Noel moving left side. Got it down low to May. May backing in, into the lane. Puts up the shot, scores! 19 for Sean May, including 11 in the second half. 57-50. Pass to Brown, right side. He comes up the sideline. Cross court, weak side pass to Darren Williams. 3 is good. 57-53. Williams with his 4th field goal of the night and his first 3. 11:35 to play. Felton brings it front court on the right side for the white-clad Tar Heels. May flashes out high with Ingram on him. Moving right of the key now. Here's Felton against Brown. Gives it to May on the bounce pass. Gets it right back. Now it goes to May. May gets caught up in a double team. Weak side pass. Jawad open jump shot. Good for 3. Jawad Williams, 3rd 3 of the night. 60-53 Carolina. 11:05 to play. Boy, right now you just want that clock to run. Williams on the right side, moving right, middle of the floor to Powell, now to Ingram, well out. Now they give it to Williams. Felton's on him, down low to Powell. Hook shots up and in. Looked like somebody lost it. Roger Powell with his 4th field goal. He's got 9, and with that, we've got a timeout. Carolina with a 60-55 lead over Illinois. It was once 15. And then the Illinois comeback started.
It's a 5-point Carolina lead. The Tar Heels 60, Illinois 55. Raymond Felton has done a masterful job of playing effectively in this game without fouling more. He's, of course, been saddled with 2, and he's been able to operate without getting his 3rd. The Illinois guards they haven't really penetrated that much, but then again, that's not really their game. I mean, they prefer to space you out, and as we said earlier, just snap that ball around the perimeter. They can reverse the ball. They're very, very patient. The ball will go inside and then back outside. It's a tough offense to defend, especially if they're making their shots, but I think it's been good for the Tar Heels that Darren Williams hadn't tried to clear out and take Felton and try to get Felton that 3rd foul.
Sean May leads the Carolina scoring with 19, while for Illinois, 16 have been thrown in by Luther Head on 4 of 6 shooting in the second half. 15 for Darren Williams on 4 of 4 shooting in the second half. Felton across the timeline, gives it to May. Now Noel comes up the left side to get the pass. Noel top of the key, got it to May. May turns, spins in the lane, puts up the shot, scores, and is fouled.
Oh, he's got the touch tonight.
Ingram with the foul. It's his second. And for May, that's his 21st point of the night, and he'll have a second opportunity for a three-point play. And with that, we get an official break in the action. 10:29 to play here in St. Louis. Carolina holding a 7-point lead.
Sean May's played terrific. He's got Carolina up on his back right now, and the Tar Heels are finding him. 62-55 the score. Timeouts remaining with Carolina up by 7 points. Illinois 3, Carolina has 4. Illinois has shot 73% from the floor in the second half, including 6 of 9 from three-point range. But you always look for trends and kind of twos and fro's in games, the backing and forthing part. It's a positive for the Tar Heels that Carolina has been able to keep scoring, kind of surviving this furious Illinois rush and still being able to operate with a 7-point lead. Woody, that's because the Tar Heels have shot well themselves, shooting 60% against the Illini defense.
Nick, it has been some game. Carolina up by 13 at the half. The lead went to 15 at 47-32 in the first 2 minutes of the second half. And it was about that time that the Illinois comeback started on outside shooting. And that's been the sword by which the Illini has lived this year, and they have lived more than they have died.
Sean May shooting 10 of 11 from the floor.
Can't get the roll on the free throw. Powell down with a rebound for Illinois. 62-55. Carolina 10:25 to go. Williams across the timeline, now moving left side, gets it to Head. Head against Noel. Now Noel follows him back. Head goes right through the top of the key. Works right side. Noel fighting to get on him. Bounce pass to Brown. Scott's got him. Now it comes to Williams. Felton's locked up on him. Now Bruce Weber down the sideline, motioning to his offense. Now here comes Williams, getting to the baseline. Now coming back up to the top of the key. Luther Head, shot clock down to 2. 1 long outside 3, no good. Powell had the rebound, and a push has been called on Jawad Williams of Carolina.
That's the 15th offensive rebound for Illinois to 7 for Carolina in this game. That is unbelievable.
Second team foul, check it, third team foul against Carolina. Fouls have been called in the second half on Manuel, his 4th, May his 1st, and now Williams his 1st. Illinois inbounds the ball. Got it to Head up the right side. Cutting through, Darren Williams goes into the lane, hooks it up, no good. Ball knocked outside. Melvin Scott with it for Carolina. Here he comes down the right side, gets it to May. May back outside to Felton. Felton off to Jawad Williams. To Noel, to May, and May hits the deck hard, couldn't get the shot, but there's an Illinois foul, and it's on Roger Powell, and it's his second.
Well, good passing by the Tar Heels. Illinois may have the best passing team in the nation. Carolina not far behind, especially the way Carolina 3 and 4 men and 5 men can interact with one another.
6th team foul on Illinois, and Sean May, who is 10 of 11 from the field, goes back to the line for a third time tonight.
May's got 8 boards to go with those 21 points.
Free throw up, good. 22 points for the junior from Bloomington, Indiana. He'll have another shot coming. League's 10th best free throw shooter at 76%, and he can't get the bounce on that one. Powell with a rebound. 63-55, Carolina by 8 with 9:25 to play. Williams to Powell. Now high post to Ingram. Step outside the top of the key. Now to Williams on the right side. He brings it up the right side on the left-handed dribble. Gives it to the cutting Head. Head has Noel on him. He'll push it to Ingram. Ingram down on the floor, hands it off now to, or as he put it on the floor, handed it off to Brown. Now they get it to Head in the deep left corner to Williams. Right back it goes to Ingram. Ingram with an outside shot, no good. Ball tapped outside, controlled by Felton. Felton coming front court against Williams. Now has to back up outside. Bounce pass down to May, whistle, foul, and it's on Ingram. And that will be number 3 on the Texas senior, and the 7th team foul against Illinois as Carolina will go to the line. The Heels came into this game averaging 20 of 28 at the line on the year. 23 games out of the 36 played thus far by the Tar Heels. Over 70% shooting at the foul line.
Well, Illinois' big men, Ingram, Powell, Augustine, are good. I mean, they're excellent players, but they don't have the quality front line that the Tar Heels have.
Free throw is good by May, 64-55. Illinois had cut the Carolina lead all the way down to 2 at 52-50. Next free throw is good. He got the roll that time. 65-55 with 8:50 to go. Williams across the timeline against Felton. To Brown, his outside shot, no good. Fell out. That ball went down in the basket and came out. Jawad with a rebound off to Felton. Felton front court on the right side. He'll give it to Marvin at the top of the key. Now Felton tried an inside pass, knocked away. Williams off to Brown on the break, layup good. 65-57. D. Brown with 10. He's the third Illini player to get in double figures. 65-57. 8:15 to go. Felton, right side. Gives it up to Noel. Gets it right back. Felton coming left side to May. May's got Ingram behind him. Into the lane. Nearly stripped. Got it to Marvin. Short jumper. No good. Rebounded by Head on the right side. Away to Williams. Williams front court for the orange-clad Fighting Illini of Illinois. Williams top of the key. Gives it to the cutting Head. Head right back to Williams. In the corner to D. Brown left side. Dribbles up the sideline. Penetrates on the dribble drive. Ingram spots up. Short jumper. Good. Just to the right of the circle. Jack Ingram with 9. 65-59. Felton walks it across the timeline, right side for the Tar Heel. Felton midcourt area against Brown. Now Williams makes the switch on him. Here's Felton trying to drive. Goes right side to the baseline, underneath, tried to scoop it up, lost it. Illinois' Powell out with it. Whistle, and Ed Corbett spots a foul, and it's on Raymond Felton, and that's number 3. And with that, we get a break in the action. 7:12 to play. Carolina 65, Illinois 59 here in St. Louis. And you're listening to Carolina basketball.
It's Carolina's inside scoring. 32 points in the paint against Illinois' perimeter game. The Illini have hit 6 of 12 second half threes. 6 of their first 7, though, so they have missed their last 5 from three-point range. That last little stretch, though, was bad for the Tar Heels. Carolina was up 10 with the ball. Then there's a turnover, and D. Brown gets a bucket. Then Marvin Williams misses a short jump shot. Ingram comes down and hits. Then the Tar Heels turn the ball over with Raymond Felton's third foul. So it'll be Illinois ball. Instead of being down 10, they're down 6 points as we pause 10 seconds for station ID. 7:12 to play on the Tar Heels Sports Network.
We've had a couple of long-distance three-pointers in the second half, one by Raymond Felton, one by Jawad Williams. Remember, Bell South listening and answering. 7:12 to play for the national championship. Carolina leads 65-59, but Illinois has the ball. Augustine back in the game for Illinois with 4 personal fouls, inbounds to Brown. Brown gets it across the timeline to the cutting Williams, moving left side, spins away, drives baseline, cut off double team. Here's Head on the left side for 3. No good. Rebound taken down by Jawad.
Nice.
He puts it in Felton's hands. Felton will bring it front court. Scott left side calling for it. Raymond didn't see him. Now shoots in the ball. Now we get a whistle and a foul on Augustine. He's done.
Definitely pushed Marvin. I was looking right at that, and the officials were as well.
James Augustine, the third team All Big Ten choice, junior from Makina, Illinois, has fouled out of a third game this season.
He had just come back in, too.
Yep. And he will leave with 6:49 to play.
It's amazing, Illinois, though, even with their front line, I mean, it's a good front line. Don't get me wrong. They're not bad players. They're really good, but that's considered a Carolina advantage was the interior play. Illinois has still gotten almost 20 offensive rebounds in this game.
Jack Ingram in to replace me. You know, Bruce Weber said well before the season, perimeter our strength. Augustine's got to give us an inside presence for us to make strides. Marvin Williams ready on the first one. No good. Bounced away to the left side. Williams only 6 points on the night, 3 of 6 shooting. Normally he's money at the line, an 85% shooter. 6-point game. Here's Darren Williams, right of the key. We'll give it to Luther Head. Head trying to penetrate. Gets into the lane. Shot up over Jawad Williams. Good. 65-61, Luther Head. 7th field goal of the night. He's got 18 to lead the Illinois scoring. McCants back in for Carolina. Handles it left side to Scott. Jawad. Whistle, foul on Carolina. Marvin Williams battling with Roger Powell. And that will be his second. And the 5th team foul. May is back in and Marvin sits down. 6:15 to play. Illinois' first appearance in the championship game. Carolina is here for an 8th time, trying to win its 4th overall title. Roger Powell well out to Ingram. Now it goes to Williams on the left side. Williams left of the key, whips it to Ingram. Short jump shot, good. 65-63. Illinois again back within 2. 11 for Ingram. His second double-figure scoring game of the entire year. McCants, left side, on the drive, in traffic, put it up, no good, knocked outside, Illinois ball. Williams up with it for the Fighting Illini. Brown drives, baseline, whistle, and a foul called on Carolina. And Sean May is calling everybody to him in the lane. They're going to award Illinois 2 shots and a chance to tie the score.
So that foul was on Felton, his 4th.
Yes.
I was watching the Carolina bench while some of that was going on. Coach Williams, I don't think, happy with the penetration play there by Rashad McCants.
Brown's free throw is good, and Illinois is 1 point away from knotting the score after having trailed by as many as 17.
This is a 9-0
Check
run.
it by 15.
Yeah, this is a 9-0 Illinois run that features Felton's 3rd and 4th foul.
Score tie. Brown made them both. 5.5 minutes to play. Felton across the timeline against D. Brown. Felton works down the right side. We'll give it to David Noel. Over to Melvin Scott. Low to Jawad. Turns on Ingram. Now comes sideline. 1 dribble. Then to Felton. Felton against Williams. Back up top. Gets a screen. Outside shot. Good for 3. Raymond Felton with his 4th 3 of the night. 68-65 Carolina. 5 minutes to play right now in St. Louis. Williams to Head. Left side. Head passes off to Williams. Jump shot. Good. It was a 2 by Darren Williams. 68-67. 4:40 to go. Felton across the timeline. Roy Williams with an offensive call to his team. Williams gives it up to May, middle of the floor. In between the circles. Now to Felton, right side. He'll get it to Noel. Comes to Scott. They drop it down to May. May off to Felton. Right back to May. May turns baseline. Blocking foul on Ingram.
That's a set play for Sean May and just wanted to get him the ball. And the Tar Heels rotated it, got the ball, and Sean May on the same side of the court at the same time. That's a nice job.
That is Ingram's 4th foul, coming with 4:21 to play. And May will go to the line with a pair of shots.
Hit some free throws, though.
Free throw, good. That was the 10th team foul to be whistled against Illinois. Marvin is in, and Jawad is going out.
Tar Heels 8 of 14 from the free throw line.
Now Noel is out and Manuel is back in. He too has 4 fouls. May with 25, make it 26. And he has still 8 rebounds. 70-67, a 3-point Carolina lead. 4:15 to go.
Zone.
Carolina dropping back into the zone now. Brown on the left side. Gives it off to Williams, and now he's moving the Illinois offense around. Reverses to Brown on the left. Now Brown gives it to Williams over on the right side. Back to Brown on the wing to head. Back to Brown. Now Brown works down the left side. Gets it to Williams on the wing. Up past standing Bruce Weber into the top of the key. Jump shot, no good. Knocked away, rebound, run down by Marvin Williams. He tried to save it, and it's out of bounds to Illinois.
Timeout.
Timeout on the floor, 3:45 to play in St. Louis. All that's at stake is the national championship. 70-67, Carolina over Illinois. And this is Tar Heel basketball from Learfield Sports.
Considering it's a national final, it's been a low turnover game. Tar Heels 10, Illinois 7. Points off those turnovers. Illinois 11, Carolina 4. Here's how she shapes up right now. The score is 70-67 Carolina, but Illinois's got the ball with a fresh shot clock at their end. 3:45 to play. Timeouts remaining, Carolina 4, Illinois 3. Team fouls, Illini 10, Carolina 6. The arrow is to UNC. Foul trouble. Carolina's got Felton with 4, Manuel with 4. Ingram has 4 for Illinois, with already having fouled out is James Augustine.
Sean May leads the Carolina scoring with 26, followed by Raymond Felton with 14 for Illinois. Luther Head has 18, 17 for Darren Williams, 12 for D. Brown, and 11 for Jack Ingram. Sign up now for Tar Heel Connection. Get breaking news on your wireless phone straight from the Tar Heels. Check it out, vtex.com. Only available from Verizon Wireless, official wireless provider of UNC Athletics. Darren Williams to inbound Illinois, a 3-point game from the left wing. Everybody scatters, got it to Luther Head. Head will give it right back to Darren Williams. Carolina in the zone. Right side now to Brown. Brown to the top of the key. Now back to Williams, to Head, up the sideline to Williams. Left side, they push it away to Brown. Brown over to Head. Down in the corner, Darren Williams. Bounces it to Head, gives it to D. Brown. Out comes to Head. Plenty of time on the shot clock, just now down to 12. Now here's Head moving left side, off to D. Brown. Brown whipped it over to Ingram, got off his back, picked up by Williams, out to D. Brown. Long shot, no good. Run down by Felton. Felton coming front court, 3-on-1 break. Way to Melvin Scott, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded by Illinois, D. Brown down with it. 3 minutes to play.
A jumper looked good by Scott. It was online.
Williams angling toward the left side. Right on the wing in front of the Illinois bench. Bruce Weber screaming out at his charges. Luther Head takes the handoff, moves right, gives it up to D. Brown on the wing. Brown works on the left-handed dribble back in the midcourt area. Now we'll push it away to Head. A long three. Good! Score tied. 70-70. 21 for Luther Head. 12th game this year in which he has scored over 20 points or more. 20 or more points. Got a timeout taken by Roy Williams, called by Carolina. 2:32 remaining to be played. Carolina coming back with Felton, McCants, Noel, May, and Marvin. Illinois has got Brown, Williams, Powell, Ingram, and Head. 70-70, 2:25 to go. Marvin on the right wing will give it out front to Felton. Felton against Brown, will give it right back to Marvin. Turns, shoots, will not go down. Rebounded Illinois. Illini have a chance to take the lead. Williams works left side against Felton. Comes back, Williams gets into the lane, gets it off to Brown, right back to Williams, shooting. Ball bounded over the top of the board, no good. Hit the backside of the rim, over the top of the glass, out of bounds. It'll be Carolina ball with 2:01 to play.
Marvin Williams shot a couple of really nice-looking jump shots today that just have not gone in. They've looked in and then spun out. Same thing with Melvin Scott on the last one.
Hey, for good measure, why don't you right now go where you go and do what you do? Your help is needed. Felton walks it across the timeline. Well out on the right. Pushes it to May. May will give it up to Marvin. Now off to Felton on the left. Aggressive man-to-man defense by the Illini. Felton to McCants, top of the key. Now McCants against Williams. Now McCants trying to get in the lane. Drives, goes through, scoops it up, reverse. Tapped in by Marvin or May, I'm not sure.
I think Marvin got it.
I believe he did too. Marvin Williams with his 4th bucket of the night. 72-70. Here's Williams on the left side for Illinois with 1:20 to go. Now Luther Head. Head trying to get to the baseline. Drives. Feeds in the corner to Brown to Williams. Now to Ingram. Off it goes to Head. Jumper for 3. No good. Ingram with a rebound. Back out it comes to Head. And we get a whistle and a timeout, Illinois, with 1:04 to play and 33 seconds left on the shot clock. 72-70. Carolina. 64 seconds remain.
Tar Heels in good position from a timeouts remaining standpoint. The arrow favors Carolina. 3 timeouts for UNC, 2 timeouts for Illinois. Carolina's only 6 team fouls. Illinois will be 1-1 the next foul. Meanwhile, Carolina's in the double bonus.
This is the first time since 1975 that number 1 has played number 2 with all the marbles in the circle. Sean May exhorting his teammates now, saying, let's go, let's go. 1:04, 33 on the shot clock. Brown for Illinois. 72-70 Carolina. We're inside 1 minute right now. Here's Brown. Off to Luther Head for 3. Long rebound. Marvin had it. Went out of bounds and still belongs to Illinois. Marvin couldn't control it. So Illinois will inbound baseline right. 50.6 seconds remaining. And now we get another timeout here at the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis.
Thought maybe Marvin Williams might have gotten bumped there, but it was just 2 teams, 2 players jostling for the rebound. So little has changed except the timeouts. Now Illinois just has 1 timeout. Arrow still to the Tar Heels. The pressure, I think, right now is, of course, on Illinois. They have the ball, but they're behind in the game with under a minute to play. 50.6 seconds remaining. I think Illinois also will want to get into something fairly quickly here.
Carolina, Mick, by the way, with 3 timeouts remaining. Illinois with only 1 left.
Yeah, I look for Illinois to run a play here under 10. They won't want to take any more than 10 seconds to get off a shot, so they can try to get 2 for 1.
Darren Williams will inbound the ball, baseline right. Vern Harris, the referee, hands him the ball. Harris looking, Harris looking, Harris looking. Inbounded the ball to Luther Head in the corner. Manuel playing him with 4 fouls right there. Here's Head against Manuel, still working on the left-handed dribble, backing out into the midcourt area. Now it's off to D. Brown. Clock is down to 40, inside 40. Here's D. Brown, gets it off to Luther Head, trying to penetrate. Ball knocked away, Felton up with a steal. He comes front court for Carolina. Illinois will have to foul him. Here's Felton, and Darren Williams reaches around and fouls him with 25.8 seconds left. The foul on Williams is his 3rd. And Raymond Felton will be at the line for the 2nd time tonight.
When the Tar Heels played good defense there for about 15 seconds, then the game started to shift in Carolina's favor because Illinois was in a time jam.
Felton, 14th best in the league at 69%. Free throw up. No good. He'll have another one coming. He looks like he's trying to tell his teammates, I got this one. 72-70. Felton pushes this one up. Good. 73-70. Felton with 15 points in the game on 3 of 4 shooting. Timeout, clock stop, 25.8. It was called by Carolina. The Tar Heels have got 2 left. Illinois has 1, and we're going to stay right here.
Tar Heels have played good defense. It's been organized defense. Carolina has known what to do. Illinois has not had a field goal since Head at the 2:33 mark. So the Illini have gone more than 2 minutes with no points.
Well, are you where you're supposed to be? Are you where you need to be? 25.8 seconds remaining. 73-70 Carolina. Inbounded to Darren Williams. Williams will bring the ball front court for the Illinois Fighting Illini. Midcourt area. Pushes it away to hit. A three to tie. No good. Over the top of the board. Tapped by May. Controlled by Felton. Felton coming front court. And he's fouled by Darren Williams. 9.9 seconds remaining. And Roy Williams is calming his players down. Settle down. Settle down.
Yeah, no time to celebrate yet. Boy, Marvin Williams was open right side. If Felton could have seen him, it would have been a slam dunk. But Felton at the free throw line may be just as good. Carolina needs one of these two free throws.
Raymond Felton steps up to the line where he was one of two just moments ago. First one up. Good! 74-70 Carolina. Felton will have another shot coming. 9.9 seconds left. Here's the next one. Good! 75-70. The Tar Heels are on the doorstep of a national championship. A timeout has been called by Carolina to set its defense. Roy Williams doesn't want any fouls, Mick.
That's exactly right. Do not foul. Might throw up a little bit of token pressure just to slow Illinois' progress up the court. But you do not want to foul Illinois. It's a two-possession game. If Illinois does score quickly, if they do hit a three, things are being talked about in the huddle. You will be able to run the baseline. Let's think about who you want to get the ball into and with what type of basketball strategy.
Carolina's breaking out of its huddle. Sean May is asking for some noise from the Carolina crowd. Carolina is going to put on token pressure in the backcourt. Brown will inbound for Illinois. Ed Corbett says he can run the baseline. Hands in the ball. Brown gets it into Williams. Here comes Williams front court. Williams on the drive. Gets it back out to Head. Long outside shot. Short rebounded. May. It's over. Carolina has won the national championship.
Confetti flowing from the roof. Jubilation. Sean May hugging Raymond Felton. Woody has left with a microphone to try to get onto the court. We'll keep it right here in St. Louis. To Woody Durham Live with Marvin Williams.
Marvin Williams, what a way to end your freshman season.
Definitely. You know, I got to give all the glory to God, because without him, none of this would be possible.
Marvin, tell me how you guys withstood the Illinois rally, which even tied the score on one occasion and came out of here with this win.
You know, all year Illinois has been the best team in the country, so we knew they weren't going to quit. You know, they came out and made a big-time run at halftime, but we kept our composure and pulled it out.
What was the secret to the defensive job you did on them in the first half?
We just had to stay tough. You know, our perimeter players did a really good job this game containing those guys.
What does this feel like?
It's a blessing. I'm so excited.
So am I. Thank you, pal. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Marvin Williams, the freshman Mick from Bremerton, Washington, ACC Rookie of the Year. And I tell you, I can't ever remember a freshman having as much fun as he's having.
All right, Woody Durham live with Jawad Williams. Woody, it's all yours.
This has been the quiet guy throughout his career, Mick, but I think the smile on his face right now says everything that needs to be said. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. It's been a long time coming. Through all the tough times, we persevered. God helped us, and he gave us this victory tonight.
Jawad, it was really something to see the way you guys attacked them and got after them.
That's part of our game plan. That's the way we've been playing all year. I mean, we've been through a lot, this team, and I'm just glad the way my team came out. We played hard. We gave it our all tonight.
How were you able to hold on after they tied the score?
Hard work and perseverance. That's all it was. We've been through tough times before. We never got worried. We kept our heads up, and we did what we had to do.
A national champion. Wherever you go, whatever you do the rest of your life, every time they say Jawad Williams, they'll say he was on the 2005 national champions.
Something nobody can ever take away from me, and I'm just glad I was able to share this moment with all the Carolina fans and my teammates.
Congratulations. Jawad Williams, Mick, came alive here in this NCAA Final Four.
He had two sensational games in a row. Woody, Jawad shot 3 of 6 in this game, 3 of 4 from three-point range. And Jawad's 5 rebounds and 9 points helped the Tar Heels to become the national champions. With Sean May. Sean, don't hurt Woody now. Sean giving some big bear hugs out there.
He's
Woody.
giving some bear hugs to Coach Holliday and all of his teammates. What a way to celebrate a 21st birthday.
Oh, definitely. I'll never forget this. No birthday present until the day I die will ever be as big as this. These guys put their heart and soul into it. It's the best birthday present I could ever have.
How in the world did you guys do it? You got out to the big lead. You knew Illinois was going to make a run. It was a question of when it would start and how long it would last. And they managed to tie the score on 2 different occasions.
Definitely, that we knew they were going to come out and they were going to play kind of like we did the second half against Michigan State. And they got hot quick. And those guys, they got a couple seniors, a couple juniors, who knows what's going to happen with them. And, they gave us their best shot. So we know we had some poise. I told everybody, hey, stay calm, stay poised, don't lose control, don't get out of focus. And Coach did a great job of rallying us together and making us believe in each other.
I saw you talking to your teammates there. I saw Saul Raymond when he went back to the line a second time saying, don't worry, I got him.
Definitely, he's got unbelievable poise, and he just told me, don't worry about this, I got this, and we're going to take it home. And I just said, hey, let's close it out and let's go home happy.
Go up on that podium and get that hardware. Mick, he will now have rings to compare and probably, I would think, an MVP award of this championship to show along with his dad.
Most outstanding player in '93 was Donald Williams. When Carolina won it in '82, the most outstanding player is James Worthy. And now the name of Sean May, if it happens like we think it will, and he's named the most outstanding player in this tournament, will forever be right alongside those great names in the record book.
Let's go to the media room because Coach Williams has just come in along with Sean May and Raymond Felton.
First statement I'll make is I'm really not that much better coach now than I was about 3 hours ago. But I surely thank these youngsters sitting beside me. It's a great moment for our staff, not just for me. It's a great moment for our families. It's a great moment for these youngsters who have these moments and these thrills and these memories for the rest of their lives. And the 2005 team was a team out there tonight. We were criticized a little bit, and there was a bias towards talent, but our group was a team. And can't say enough about Illinois. They came out in the second half and just made every single shot. I grabbed Bruce and told him, I've been in his position. I've been there. I know exactly what he's feeling, but they had a remarkable year. Tonight, we were the better team. If we played them, 10 times, who knows what would happen. But the NCAA tournament is only 1 game and 1 win, and we were fortunate enough to get it. The city of St. Louis and the NCAA tournament committee were fantastic, and these 2 rascals sitting beside me and a few other ones in that locker room have given me memories that will be with me forever.
Starting the center aisle on our left.
Raymond, can you talk about, did you have to talk Coach Williams into letting you stay in after you got your second foul? And also, what did you see on that last steal when you stole the ball from Luther?
I just told Coach Williams I was fine when I got my second foul. I told him I'd be okay. I was going to play it smart. But on the steal situation, I just did what Coach Williams been telling me to do all season. Deny the pass. And basically, they threw the ball into my hands, and I just knocked it away and went and got it.
Front row on the left.
Sean, what was it about Illinois' defense that allowed you to have the game you had?
They play really good defense, especially on the perimeter. But I think they extend so much, it leaves a wide gap, especially to double down. And we noticed, Coach told us before the game, they normally double from the 4-5. So we tried to have the 4-5 feed me. And our guards did a great job, and I got going, and they just kept feeding me. And I got to the free throw line a little bit, and it was just a great night for our team.
About 8 rows back on the right aisle, and then back behind that.
Raymond, when it got tight there about middle of the second half, you went into Sean 6 straight possessions. Were you under orders to do so, or was that you just reading the situation and getting it inside him?
Say again?
Were you under orders from the sidelines to get it into Sean, or was that you just reading the situation and going inside to him?
Both. I mean, he was just killing. I mean, why wouldn't I give it to him? And then everybody was screaming, get the ball inside to Sean. I mean, it was the right thing to do.
Back behind that one.
Sean, you said before that you'd like to win a championship to ease the criticism on Coach Williams. What does it mean to you to finally do that?
It just means that, you know, a lot of you guys out there who try to pick and, you know, find little spots to criticize somebody. This doesn't mean that he's a better coach than he was yesterday, like he said. But this just means when you talk about, you know, some of the great coaches out there who've won championships, you have to say Coach Williams now because he's done it all. And for me, it's very gratifying. You know, for many years, you know, down the line, he'll always talk about this 2005 team, how special we were, and the things we did, and you know, how through adversity we stuck together, even, you know, when the outside world, you know, didn't really give us a fair shot.
Our far left, please.
Yes, a question for Sean, actually, too. You ran off with the basketball in your hands like you wanted to keep it. Who did you give it to? And also, now that you're 21, do you think your father will allow you to toast with champagne?
When I grabbed the ball, Ray was a little mad at me because normally at the end of the game he takes it, and I just ran with it. I had no clue, and I ran over to coach and I let it go, and where it went I have no idea. So, you know, somebody probably got a souvenir or whatever. I don't really care about that. And you know, for my 21st birthday, you know, a very special friend of mine bought me a bottle of Dom Perignon, and we'll have some champagne when we get back. Wes Miller.
Second row, center aisle, please.
Yeah, Sean, you matched your father's 26 points in a final game and also matched his most outstanding player in a championship. What does that mean to you? What does that say?
For me, you know, it means a lot because I've tried to live up to my father's expectations, even though he hasn't wanted me to. But I've tried to do some of the things that he's done, especially the way I carry myself and the type of person I am. But it's very gratifying to know that you set goals for yourself and you're able to achieve those goals. But, you know, when we sit down tonight and talk about the game, I'm telling him, you know, you might have had 26 points and you might have been a Final Four MVP, but I had 10 boards and you didn't do that. So we'll have some fun with that.
And, you know, the other thing on that, you know who it's going to be most gratifying to? His father. And it's a great, great family.
Standing in the aisle on our right, please.
Sean, along those lines, I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to your dad yet. If you have, what was that conversation like? If you haven't, what do you think it's going to be like?
I think, you know, my dad, he's not a very emotional person, but he might get a little bit emotional because, I mean, he pulls so much for me and for this team. I mean, he loves so many guys on this team, and he tries to stay back and tries not to, you know, get involved with our team. And, you know, sometimes I have to listen to all our problems, and, you know, he picks and nitpicks about every little thing. So I'm sure he'll be extremely excited, and you know, he probably will get a little bit emotional. I tried to find him after the game, and you know, he ducked off into a corner because, you know, he's a little shy sometimes.
Center aisle on our left, and then right across that aisle.
Very similar question. Did your father say anything special to you before the game tonight?
No, we talked before every game, and you know, this is probably the shortest conversation we've had. And he just said, "Hey, you've been playing long enough. You know what you have to do. You have one shot, and you'll never forget this moment if you get it done. And you guys are good enough to get it done if you play the way you're supposed to play." And he just said, "Son, I love you and I'm proud of you, but go get it done." And I'm extremely happy, you know, to finally, you know, get this done.
Straight across that aisle.
Sean, you've watched your dad's film a bunch of times. Will you ever watch it again? And when you watch your own film, what particular parts will you keep playing back over and over again?
You know, I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. I've watched it 3 times in the last 2 days because a couple of guys, I watched it last night, a couple of guys wanted to watch it today, and it came on ESPN Classic, a little clip of it. And, you know, I think when I watch our film, you know, the best thing to me is Coach, you know, he said we need 3 straight stops, and we got 3 straight stops, but we didn't get the ball. And we deflected the ball twice out of bounds. Marvin dove for it once out of bounds. And, again, they came down, and we got another stop. And just when Ray got that steal, to me was the biggest play in the game because it shifted the momentum. And you could see the look on some of those guys' faces that they didn't think they had a chance to pull it out.
We'll take 3 more for Raymond or Sean. We'll start in the 3rd row in front of me here.
For Raymond, if you could just talk. Yesterday you talked about it makes you mad when people say you guys are talented and not a team. What does tonight's championship say, and what does it mean to you?
I'm just waiting to hear what everybody got to say at this point. I'm just waiting to hear. I mean, we won the national championship. If everybody's still saying the same thing, at this point, I really don't care. But, I think we came out tonight and we proved that we are a team. We are together. I mean, who's going to win a national championship if they're not together? We also are talented. I believe them on that part. But we also are together, too, as one.
Front row and then the third row.
Ray, if you could kind of relive those last few minutes for us. You hit a big three, you make the steal, you get a big rebound. If you could just talk about the tenseness of the situation and the kind of things that maybe went through your mind down the stretch as you made one play after another.
I mean, it all boils down to what Coach has been saying all season. Do whatever it takes, to get a win. Make it happen. And that's what I did. I got a big key steal. I took a big time shot, and then I got a key rebound at the end. I just made plays. I just went after the ball. It's all about heart. That's what our team have. We have heart.
Third row.
What were your thoughts when Illinois tied the score at 70-70?
For me, I was very confident in us because we've been in that position so many times this year where, we would have liked to, from halftime blow it up to a 20-point game. But, it's a national championship. It's not supposed to be easy. And, Coach, we came over to the sideline. He just said, we're fine. Everybody look at me and let's do this. We'll get a good shot, and we'll go down and get a stop. And, we believe in each other. We believe in Coach, and that's what we did. We got, I think, either Rashad or Raymond hit a big shot coming out of a timeout, and we came down. We got 3 straight stops, and they ended up getting the ball back off all those stops, and we did it again. And that just shows the toughness of this team, the mental approach we have, and we're just blessed right now to be in the position that we're in.
I can't say it no better. Sean summed it up. I mean, we just kept our poise and we made plays. We stopped them on the defensive end and we made plays and we hit some key free throws at the end.
Raymond and Sean, thank you very much. Congratulations. We'll start on my far left, and then we have one up front.
Thank you, son. Thank you, big fella. Congratulations. Thank you, son.
Coach.
Far left.
Okay,
Coach,
speak. Yeah, I'm
there we go. You're up 3 with 25 seconds left, 30-second timeout. Did you consider at all, given their propensity for the three-point shot, did you consider fouling in that situation? Of course, they got a real good look from Luther Head on the right wing. I'm wondering what went through your mind in that timeout.
We did talk about switching every screen so they wouldn't get an open look at 3. And if you felt uncomfortable that you were trailing somebody on the dribble after he crossed the 10-second line, that you could foul. But with 25 seconds to go, that's a lot of time. We didn't care about fouling immediately by that point. Now, when it was 9 seconds to go or something like that, we did, and we even told them to foul. We didn't want it to be an intentional foul, and the shot that he got at that point wasn't a very good shot. But we did talk about it during the huddle, yes.
Front row and then over in the aisle.
Coach, you mentioned this being a team victory rather than the talent victory. You held them without a score, I think, for the last 2:37. Does that kind of illustrate your point?
Well, I think, our defense, I've picked on our defense quite a bit myself, but it was really been picked on since Syracuse last weekend. People said some very negative things, that we didn't guard, we didn't do this, we didn't do that, and we used that in some ways to motivate our team. But the biggest thing we did is we went back to work for a couple of days at practice, and we called it the pit. We went into the practice gym, and I took the rims off, and we practiced just our defensive drills, our defensive stations for 35 minutes both days. And the one thing that I've bragged on and felt so good about this team is how tough we have been. You can go back to the Duke last game in the regular season. I mean, I promised the kids that inside the 4-minute timeout that we would have a chance to win if they would just commit themselves to doing their job. And, Sean mentioned one of the timeouts today. I said, we're fine. They'd made about 5 or 6 in a row, and our guys came over, and I didn't really like the look on their face. It looked like they were about to feel sorry for themselves or panic, or you put what word you want to in there. But I told them we were going to be fine. That was just 4 minutes, and that we were still going to be there if they committed themselves again. But, it's our toughness, our defensive play has been really good at times. Other times it hadn't been very good. But I think the motivating thing was the fact that we had a chance to play for the national championship, and we didn't care what other people said. We wanted it for ourselves.
Standing in the aisle on our right.
Roy, did Raymond have to talk you into keeping him in after the second foul? Did you think about taking him out? And I assume the zone was at least in part to protect him.
The zone was definitely just to buy some time and protect Raymond. He told me, he said, he just made one statement. He said, Coach, I'll be all right. I said, yeah, I've heard that before, you know, that kind of thing. But I did think that the mistakes and the fouls that he's made in his tournament play has taught him a lesson. And I felt pretty comfortable in putting him back in with about 6 or something, John. I took him out again because he looked like he was getting a little tired. And I think a lot of times you'll make silly fouls just because of getting tired. So I took him out at that point just to give him a quick breather, put him back in, and then I think we got it inside 2 minutes and took him out again before he got his third. But he's, when I see Raymond Felton, I just see one big heart and the toughness, you know, to make the free throws, make the plays. And but he is, he's a tough little rascal.
Front row left and then the back of the room on the left.
Roy, you've talked in the past about how painful it was to kind of watch from afar a few years ago when this program slipped so far from the status it enjoyed for so long. What does winning this national championship mean, you know, not just for this team, but for North Carolina basketball?
Well, it means a lot. There's no question there. Michael Jordan and Coach Smith both came in the locker room, and I grabbed them and said, these guys and Phil Ford and a lot of other people made North Carolina basketball. But you guys are going to be a huge part of it for the rest of your lives. And, you know, I did feel so badly for what happened a couple of years ago. I felt badly for Matt Doherty. And let's not forget, he's the guy that recruited most of these guys with the exception of Marvin and Quentin. And Jackie and Jawad and Melvin for sticking with it. And after starting 8 and 20, to me it means more for those kids than it does, you know, anything that can be said about our program.
In the back on our left.
Roy, I know you haven't had a lot of time to think, but I got to ask the question, does winning tonight and winning the national championship make you feel better about or more comfortable about your decision to leave Kansas?
You know, Jason, I've always been about people. I felt great when we've had at least 4 different Kansas players call me and say they were with us. Before I left the hotel, Nick Collison's dad called. And that's 15 great years of my life. It'll always be 15 great years. It'll never be less emotional than it was because of my love for those kids, but it was just off the court that wasn't very pleasant that last year and a half or so. But with each and every year, because the players are gone, those emotions will lessen because I don't have the players there. But 15 years from now, the University of Kansas will be a truly, truly special place to me. And our chancellor, James Meeser, told me, says it's not immoral to love 2 institutions, and I do that. And the other thing is I had a lot of Kansas friends that are here with me this last 3 or 4 days and had dinner with a bunch of them last night. And they said, win or lose, we're with you. And I'm very fortunate I got some friends like that.
Front row right in front of us and then over in the aisle.
2 years ago, you had a really hard loss and a really hard decision to make. Can you talk about how difficult the last 2 years of your life have been, how much travel you've had, and what the end of it is like?
Well, the end is I didn't have to curse during an interview tonight like I did a couple of years ago. So I didn't have to say anything like that. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a difficult 2 years, but, gosh, how lucky can you be? I mean, it hasn't been the smoothest in the world, but, you know, my secretary's got a 3-year-old little boy that's got acute leukemia. My sister's not feeling really good. There's a lot of people that have a lot of difficult situations, and mine's just emotional because I'm an emotional person. But I'm doing, as I said the other day, I'm doing exactly what I want to do with my life. And I've got a wonderful family, and I was able to go over and hug Wanda and Scott and Kimberly, and I've got a lot of people that really, really do like Roy Williams. So even saying that the last couple of years have been difficult, you know, it's only been difficult because of how emotional I am.
Standing in the aisle again.
Yeah, Coach, 40 out of their 70 shots tonight were three-point attempts. They only got to the line 6 times. Can you talk about why you guys were so effective at keeping them from penetrating and getting into the paint?
Well, we know they like to shoot threes. I've always felt like to win a national championship, you've got to establish an inside game, but they almost made me wrong on that one. There's no question about it. But I like balance. I like to have the basketball inside to get the other team in foul trouble, and I think it helped us tonight when I think Augustine fouled out and they had a couple of guys with 4. because Sean can really get some people in foul trouble. But that's the way I coach. That's North Carolina basketball. For 15 years it was Kansas basketball, but Coach Smith taught me one way, and to have balance with inside play and outside. And we did challenge our guys defensively to control the dribble penetration, because they like to penetrate just to pitch to shoot more threes. But early in the second half, they surely made a bunch of them.
Front row left.
Coach, after the way your team played defense in the first half, when Illinois started to explode offensively in the second, how much did that worry you about your team's performance?
Well, I mean, you worry about that possession, but I don't sit back and say, oh gosh, we're going to lose. You know, you're just trying to do the best job you can on that possession, and they were making some big-time shots. But, you know, they didn't go 37-1 by being lucky. And, you know, we wanted to continue running, continue pushing, and maybe at the end of the game they might not have their legs and they might miss some of those shots. And that, to me, is the reason when they made all of them early in the second half, I told our guys, hey, it's just a few 4 minutes. I think we lost the first 4 minutes of the game, too. We lost the first 4 minutes of the second half, but I told our guys that was just part of the game.
We'll come across the aisle.
Coach, two questions. First, what was your first emotion as the final seconds ticked off and you knew you had won? And second, did Coach Smith say anything to you in the locker room when you finally saw him?
You know, my first emotion was that, you know, when they missed it and Sean came up with the ball and he's running at me, and I just wanted to hug that big rascal as long as I could hug him. Then I wanted to get with my assistant coaches, and you know, it's a nice feeling, but I really mean it. I don't know that I'm that better coach, but it is pleasant now that next year you'll be talking about how many holy ones I've had or something like that. But that was a special moment, and I think in really, truly special moments, most people don't think really clearly. Second part of your question, I even forgot already. Oh, Coach Smith, yeah, I don't ever call him his first name. He'll be Coach Smith my entire life. I thanked him, and he said, don't thank me. He said, this is yours, and I'm so happy for you and these players. And but it was special to have Doug Moe there, and George Carl and Bill Chamberlain, who was one of my teammates on the freshman team in 1969. He's one of the guys that really know that I wasn't a very good player. It's special having Michael there and Michael's two sons to be able to say hello to them in the locker room. But that's about it.
Second row on the right and then in the aisle.
Roy, two-part question. First of all, does winning a national championship feel as good or maybe even better than you anticipated? Secondly, do you feel like there is a load off your shoulders now?
I really don't feel like there's a load off my shoulders, except that I don't have to answer that question. Does it feel as good or better than I thought? I never let myself think that far ahead to have any idea of what it was supposed to feel like. But I did grab Jackie and Melvin and Jawad at one point and hugged the three of them together, and they had just finished praying, and I thanked them for letting me to be part of the perseverance and the toughness that they had.
Standing in the aisle.
Roy, while your players were still celebrating on the podium, you got down and went into the bleachers with your family. Could you just describe the moment?
Probably not. You know, I've been, a lot of people have said, and including one guy when I walked out tonight, said, Roy, you're going to be crying tonight. And I've had people make fun of that, but not one sucker's ever come up to my face and made fun of it, I can tell you that. I am emotional, and when I got Wanda and Scott and Kimberly, I hugged them, and all of us had tears in our eyes because they know how much it means to me. They know how hard I worked. I know how much they sacrifice, and I've got a family that I truly love and feel very fortunate. But you know, it's a nice moment to share with them.
Third row on our left, please.
Coach, to you, how now does it feel to have the national championship underneath your belt?
Do I know how it feels? You know, the only negative thing that I can think of is that Dick Bedour's already talked to me about there's going to be some kind of celebration tomorrow when we get back. And, you know, I really wanted to go to the first tee. But I did tell the guys in the locker room that we had a reunion last year, and I brought all the former players back, and the 57 team that won the national championship, I think 4, and if I'm not mistaken, I know 4, and I think maybe all 5 starters came back from that team. And I told them in the locker room before the game that you have a chance to do something tonight that 48 years later, just like now is 48 years later from the 57 group, will be special to you, and everybody in this locker room will be special to you. Let's go play.
Front row on our right.
Coach, you've been in Coach Weber's shoes before. Just your thoughts on the year he's been through, what he's done, what he's been able to accomplish.
It's a phenomenal year. College basketball, the NCAA tournament is not kind because one loss and you're done. It's great for the fans, but it's horrible for the coaches. And Bruce losing his mom like that is that's difficult. You know, I've lost my mom, lost my dad last summer, but Bruce Weber's been through a heck of a lot this year, and Bruce Weber's a fantastic coach and a fantastic person.
We've got 4 more questions lined up, and then we'll try to end it there. On our far left, please.
Coach, just interested in your reaction. Your National Association of Basketball Coach colleagues were pretty much unanimous, quoted in the media, saying that they were pulling for you. People like Jim Boeheim and others were really pulling for you to win a national championship. You've got to feel awfully good that you have such a wide amount of respect amongst your colleagues.
I do feel better about that than anything I do except for my family. I love coaching. My high school coach was the person that I wanted to be like. And to see Jimmy Boeheim and Jimmy Calhoun and Hubie Brown and being announced that they were in the Hall of Fame this morning, I got a chance to see them when I went over with Raymond for the Bob Cousy Award. And I've had a lot of friends in coaching who have told me those kind of things, and it does mean a great deal to me. I'm pretty dang corny, you know. I can cry at the drop of a hat, but I love coaching. I love coaches. I know what coaches go through. 2 years ago, Jimmy's Syracuse team beat my Kansas team, and the thing that I said to him when we hugged was, "I'm very happy for you." In '91, Mike Krzyzewski had never won one, and they beat us. And I remember that moment like it was yesterday, too, because when I hugged Mike, I said, "I'm very happy for you." And, you know, I do appreciate those thoughts.
Next to the camera platform on our right.
Coach, your high school coach, Buddy Baldwin, was crying tears of joy after the game. Can you tell me what that means for you?
Well, you're talking about a guy that was the first person to give me confidence, the first person to make me feel like I could be somebody, the first person that truly helped me establish some goals. He wanted me to go to North Carolina. He knew I wanted to coach, and he wanted me to go and try to play, and if I couldn't play, at least be around and watch Coach Smith. He was the first guy to ever get me on a golf course. My mom and dad were split when I was very young, and Coach Baldwin was like a father figure to me. And Dean Smith and Buddy Baldwin are the best 2 influences I've ever had. I will never be as good as either one of them, but I do try. And I had Coach Baldwin with me in '91, '93, 2002, 2003 at every Final Four. And in '93, I stayed in New Orleans and watched North Carolina win it on Monday night. And I was sitting with him, and he turned around to me at that point and said, "I'm going to be sitting there one night when you win one." So it's good.
We'll take 2 more, about 8 rows back on the right aisle.
Roy, like you said a couple times tonight, pretty emotional guy. We've seen you shedding tears on the podium before, but you managed to hold it in tonight after such a momentous occasion. How is that?
It was toughest part was talking about Coach Baldwin and going to see my family. But I think one thing is that when I've been so emotional after the losses is because I felt that I let those kids down. And, you know, rightly or wrongly, I feel like it was always something that I could have done better. And I also had those emotions because I knew some of those kids that I truly loved that I wasn't going to coach again. Well, tonight I probably let them down anyway, but they're not going to remember that. So that's part of it. And then the other thing is that they're going to be part of my life forever, and this moment will be something I'll share with them.
Final question on the aisle near the back.
Roy, congratulations.
Thank you, Arthur.
No one works harder at recruiting than you do in terms of your travel, and I understand working personally on the top 2 or 3 recruits yourself. Have you had time before the game or now, think about the irony of how hard you worked to construct your team and your image at Kansas, but then you win it now with a team besides Marvin that you basically inherited. Do you see irony in that?
A guy stopped me on the street a couple of nights ago and said, you know, I've said one time, and I've heard this before, but he said it to me, he said, a good coach can take his'n and beat you with urine. And then if he can take urine and beat you with his'n, you know, that's pretty impressive. And I stood there because I'd heard it before, but I wanted to make sure I got it right, and I still don't know if I did. But Joe Holliday, Steve Robinson, C.B. McGrath, and Jared Hass have been sensational in helping put this thing together. And the kids, Art, and I'm not trying to be a phony or anything, but the kids had to buy into it and had to accept it. And, you know, Wednesday morning, I'm going to be on the road recruiting because you can go recruiting at 8 o'clock. But I also am going to sit back and understand that these guys, my assistants, my staff, and the kids really bought into everything we tried to do. I mean, we're 33-4, and again, I feel for Matt Doherty. I really do. If Matt was right there, I would want him to know that this was special, and I would give Matt Doherty a big hug. And Matt Doherty needs to be back in coaching too.
Coach, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.